Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the SWUS, doing Rays Twins in this video, but we'll go through all 15 games. We got two live shows tomorrow. 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we'll go through the day games. 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, we'll go through the WNBA first, and then the night games. If you're able to make it, we'd love to see you in the comments. Rays Twins in Minnesota, let's go.
Welcome to the SWUS. The SWUS. SWUS. Hey, get the SWUS.
All right, like I said, Tampa's on the road in Minnesota here. The Twins are favored at home, minus 165. Total sitting at 8. We got Taj Bradley on the mound for the Rays. Joe Ryan pitching for the Twins. Let's take a quick look at the spreadsheet. And according to the model, we got a heavy lean on the Twins. Early and final score, 2.06 to 3.91 Minnesota. Final score, 3.87 to 6.38 Minnesota. So let's take a look at this matchup, and we'll start with the Rays bats. Are they coming to life finally? I mean, 7 days is a super small sample size. In the last 30 days, we're talking 28th in WRC+, 29th in OPS, 28th in WOBA. Last 7 days, 13th, 14th, and 14th. Now, what about on the road? On the season, this is an average to slightly below average road lineup. Last 30 days, 9th, 12th, and 9th. Last 14 days, 6th, 7th, and 6th. Okay, Tampa. What about right-handed pitching? Again, last 30 days, one of the worst lineups in baseball. Last 7 days, numbers are looking kind of green. Is this Tampa lineup finally coming to life? Well, it's certainly not happening against righty starters, that's for sure. The last 4 righty starters to pitch against Tampa, 1.14 ERA and an 0.97 whip. So yeah, maybe they're putting up some better looking numbers overall, but they're not getting to righty starters. And then you look at the names, I mean, Charlie Morton blanked them. Javier Assad has really been struggling. Rays couldn't really get to him. Jameson Taillon, 6 shutout innings. Corbin Burns, 7 shutout innings. Grayson Rodriguez pitched a great game against him. Kyle Bradish shut him down. I mean, yeah, maybe the Rays are starting to get to some bullpens, but as a whole, they haven't been getting to righty starters, and they're going to have to prove it to me. Which brings us to Joe Ryan. Now, what do we think about Joe Ryan? Well, his last start against Tampa was September 12th of last year. Just 4 2/3 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 5 hits. Now, he had over 100 pitches. That's why he came out of the game. So the Rays did give him a little bit of a hard time. This isn't a terrible start, but the Rays were able to get some runs across and get him out of the game early. But as we know, the last year's Rays lineup was a little different than this year's, and Joe Ryan's been pitching really well. On the season, 3.24 ERA, 0.94 whip. Last 2 starts, 2.57 and 0.57. He's been great. He's been even better at home. In his last 2 home starts, he's got a 1.93 ERA and an 0.57 whip. But then we get to his game logs, and this is where it gets a little interesting for Joe Ryan. Look at who he's pitched against. Oakland, Pittsburgh, at Houston. That's a tough one. He got crushed there. Houston, 5 earned runs, 8 hits, 2 walks, and 5 innings pitched. So scrolling through his game logs, the first time we see a decent opponent, they crushed him. Before that, home against Kansas City. The Royals never hit on the road. Washington. Okay, the Yankees, that's a good one, right? 4 earned runs and 5 1/3 innings. And then before that, Toronto. So again, he's got excellent looking numbers, but it seems like every single time he sees a good team, he actually gets hit up. So we really need to know if this Rays lineup is coming to life. And as I stated before, I don't think it is. I mean, I'm going to need them to prove it to me. They're certainly not hitting 4-seam fastballs, which is Joe Ryan's main pitch. 47.9% of his pitches this year have been 4-seam fastballs. Tampa 24th against that pitch in the last 30 days. So maybe a little bit of a sell high spot on Joe Ryan, but I don't think a home start against the Rays is the spot to sell high on him. On the other side, we got the Twins bats, and they are crushing the ball. In the last 30 days, this is a top 3 lineup. In the last 7 days, it's the best lineup in baseball. At home, last 30 days, best lineup in baseball. The Twins bats have come to life against right-handed pitching. Again, last 30 days, 5th, 8th, and 6th. Last 7 days, one of the best lineups in baseball. Last 3 righty starters to pitch against the Twins, 9.45 ERA and a 2.10 whip. Yeah, the Twins have finally arrived. Here are the righty starters that have pitched against the Twins. Joey Estes, they crushed him. Mitch Spence, who's actually been pitching pretty well, crushed him. Louis Medina, crushed him. Not the best names, but still, Twins bats are here. So will the Twins rampage continue against Taj Bradley? Well, the last time he pitched against the Twins was September 13th of last year. 4 2/3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 4 earned runs. So they got to him the last time they saw him. He has been pitching well. 0.75 ERA, 0.75 whip in his last 2 starts. So he's been really good. The thing is, this game's on the road. And that, dating back to last year, is the spot to fade Taj Bradley. He's only made 2 road starts on the year, but he's got an 11.88 ERA and a 2.04 whip. He's really struggled on the road. You can see home start against the Cubs, 7 shutout innings. He was excellent. Same with the home start before that. 5 shutout innings against the Royals before that. But look at the road starts here. I mean, it was really just at Baltimore, 9 earned runs on 3 1/3 innings. His road start before that at Boston really wasn't that bad. But still, this is a road start against arguably the hottest lineup in baseball. And his main pitch is the 4-seam fastball, and the Twins have been crushing fastballs all year. So, unfortunately, I don't have a ton of faith in Taj Bradley here. I don't know how you step in front of this Twins train right now. As far as the bullpens, it's pretty even. Slight edge to the Twins. On the last, actually not a slight edge. If you use the last 30 days, they've definitely been the better bullpen here. But the Rays bullpen has been weirdly good on the road. You can see in the last 30 days, they're a top 10 bullpen on the road. So maybe not quite as big of a mismatch in the bullpens as you would think. And offensively, the Rays seem to be coming to life in the late innings. So maybe not as big of a mismatch in the late innings as you think. But still, the way the Twins are hitting the ball right now, I'm not stepping in front of that.
All right, check this out. We got a crazy one here. So here's the Rays bullpen. I put orange marks next to the guys who pitched tonight. And you might be thinking, Kyle, that can't be right. You put an orange mark next to almost every single one. Yes, the Rays used their entire bullpen tonight. Fairbanks, 3 nights in a row now. Adam, 3 of the last 4. Those 2 guys will not be available. Clevenger pitched 2 of the last 3. He'll probably be available, but he's heavily used. Pache, or I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but 2 nights in a row. Kelly, 2 nights in a row. I mean, the Rays bullpen is cooked, but before you go and hammer the Twins, look at the Twins bullpen. Duran has now pitched 3 of the last 4. Jax, 3 of the last 4. Both those guys probably not available. Alcala, he's pitched 2 nights in a row. He's probably not available. So before you go and hammer the Twins, they're going to be missing their 3 main bullpen arms also. So the second half of this game is just going to be craziness. I'm eyeing this low total, 7.5. Even though I don't particularly love the Rays lineup to get to Joe Ryan, tell me why we're not just taking the over. Who's pitching the second half of this game? So down at 7.5. I'm going to bet this. Taking the over. Give me the over 7.5. Live shows, 11:30 a.m., 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. If you're able to make it, would love to see you in the comments. If you want my top bets or top bets from anyone on the staff here, head over to KyleKirms.com, sign up for Sauce Network Plus. Comes with the top bets, access to the Discord, and you get to participate in the weekly betting league. $100 every single week, and a Sauce handicapping trophy mailed to the winner. We're in week 2. It's been fun so far, so if you're interested in that, head over to KyleKirms.com and sign up. Let's have ourselves a nice Wednesday here. It was a really nice Tuesday for me, bringing some momentum into Wednesday. Remember to bet responsibly, and I'll talk to you in the Discord.